Hello. Welcome to Car Expert YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe. After spending a day with the new Sonatas, I can say that Hyundai is most welcome at the plug-in vehicle party. The Honda Accord PHEV and Ford Fusion Energy don't get the attention or sales they deserve, and there are some who will say Hyundai got all dressed up for a shindig that's not really worth attending, ever stricter fuel economy regulations beg to differ. But the more the merrier, in my opinion. And since the Sonata PHEV will indeed be available in all 50 states, with a big caveat, later this year, it won't be long until we see if Hyundai can inject some life into the scene. The main problem is that we don't yet really know how the PHEV compares in terms of MSRP, since Hyundai isn't releasing pricing until some point closer to launch. The automaker did say it expects the PHEV to qualify for a $4,919 tax credit from the federal government. I got to test both the hybrid and the PHEV, in prototype form, for about 30 miles each on some easy, breezy roads in Southern California, including a blissfully traffic-free I-5. I'll focus on the PHEV here, since it's more exciting, both in the way it drives and as a new product. Visually, it's difficult to tell the two cars apart when you're standing next to them, except for the door covering the J1772 charge port above the driver's side front wheel and some small badges. From inside the cabin, there are only a handful of almost unnoticeable ways to tell which model you're sitting in: the plug-in hybrid or hybrid label by the digital power gauge, the absence or appearance of an HEV button, and a button to release the charge port door. The powertrain, naturally, is where the differences become meaningful. The PHEV's 9.8 kWh lithium polymer battery will offer an estimated 24 miles of range and 93 mph along with 38 miles per gallon city, 43 highway, and 40 combined. Finally, PA numbers for the PHEV are not yet available. The hybrid's numbers have been confirmed to be 40 city, 44 highway, and 42 combined. The dashboard has some nice eco-minded touches to tell you how efficiently you're driving, and there are two things here that Hyundai should quickly incorporate into the rest of its lineup. At the top of the list is the coasting guide control. This clever teaching tool only works when you've entered a destination into the nav system, and, in this early iteration, it's not all that smart, basing its advice solely on upcoming turns. After 30 miles, the dashboard said I got 34 miles per gallon out of the hybrid. I didn't bother to measure my fuel economy in the PHEV because I spent most of my time behind the wheel charging the battery for our co-driver so that we could each experience a few miles with electrons in the tank. The cabin's center stack is almost archaic with its insistence on actual buttons. The design isn't exactly futuristic, but I'll happily deal with the basic array of on-off switches any old day if it means there's less fiddling with touch-sensitive surfaces. Plus, clicking down on the driver-only vent button, which turns down, but not off, the blowers to the passenger and rear compartments to save a little bit of energy, is oddly satisfying to an eco-minded driver. Just as cool as the auto hold button, which will keep the brake engaged when stopped and will only release once you put your foot on the throttle.